Hello, Cancer. How are you doing? Welcome into Hedgerows Tarot with me, Deborah, and apparently a visitor as well. This is why I'm always picking like fluff off the table. But let's get into your reading. This is for the third week of August, and we are going to be looking at your energy right now with regards to the deeper levels of what is going on in your life, because we're using the Ancestors and Angels Tarot Oracle deck, which is basically a little bit more of a spiritual deck. So it will look at different aspects of your life, what is going on with you, and then we want to see what is coming in as well. So let us get started in your reading, my beautiful Cancer. If you have been here before, thank you so much for coming in. That card moved. Okay, thank you for coming back in. If you are new, it's wonderful to have you here. My name is Deborah. I'm from South Africa, if you're wondering. Let's get into this. By the way, if you guys want to have, I've got something new on my channel, if you've seen it or not. I do now, I've opened up the live video call tarot readings, personal readings. So it's usually about 30 minutes of reading. If you do want to have one with me, contact me via my email, link in description box below. They are so fun. They are so fun. It's unlimited. It's so amazing to be able to like actually talk to somebody directly, you know, even if you're on the other side of the planet. It is really amazing to do that. But let's get in here and have a look and see for you, Cancer. You got quite an interesting reading. I did kind of mention that this tarot deck's a little bit of a spiritual one. There is two cards that came up here. You've got the Sage energy, and this does say be devoted and committed, okay? And then we have got the Shaman. Okay, you see the two spiritual energies that have come through, and this is saying trust in your higher forces. I'm going to tell you first of all, it's been a lot of energy this week about people, or you guys, or everybody, the collective in general, really trying to create something in their life. And I like what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing this in your reading. You got the Hunter, okay? It says here, track down your fears and your desires. We are going to talk about these cards. And then the Arrow. So the Arrow being here, which is like surround yourself with protective energy. The Arrow for me, especially with the cards that have come out here, it's this energy of, I feel like you know what it is that you want. You know what you're trying to achieve here with the Arrow. And it's like you know your direction. But with the surround yourself with protective energy, there could be a bit of fear that maybe, you know, what you want to do may not happen, or what you're trying to create, would it actually work? You know, that kind of thing. This is the Hunter energy, and this is the fear coming up with the Arrow. This is the track down your fears or your desires. So it literally means you do have worries about what you're trying to bring in. You do hope it comes, and at the same time, you might be hoping that if it does come, it's not bad in some kind of way. Maybe it wasn't meant for you, or you're doing the wrong thing. So there is a goal or a dream that I'm picking up on here. But at the same time, I think because you haven't seen it in your world, you either feel like it may not happen, or you feel like it's not meant for you, and then there's another part of you. It's a very like scales of balance sometimes get off with your energy. I think what I'm picking up on here, it's like you know what you want, right? You know it's something that's going to make you so happy, and then at the same time, because you haven't seen it manifest into your world, it's like you're saying to yourself, what if it's not actually meant for me? What if it's never going to happen? What if it happens for other people, it doesn't happen for me? And even though you have not seen it come in, you are still devoted to it. You are still wanting it to happen. You're still holding on to it. Be devoted and committed. I feel like Spirit Guide is even advising you to be devoted and committed to what this is. With the Shaman, and they're even asking you to trust in what you don't see. Trust in higher forces. To be honest with you, with the cards that have come out here, I do kind of feel like whatever this is, it's in your life path. It is in your destiny. It is coming up in your future. This is where humans, our little human beings, are on this planet. This card, the human being experience, you know, we live very much either in the future or in the past, very rarely in the present. But then being in the present is also a problem sometimes, because you're in the present moment, and what you do see is that you haven't reached your goal. You haven't gotten to where you want to be. This we might see where it is aiming. I mean, this can be anything in your world. It can be you want to create a business. You want to get highly educated. You want to have a job that is very high paying. You want to travel the world. You want to become an artist. You want to buy a home. You want to get married, have kids. Whatever it is to you, it is your goal, your dream, you see. But at the same time, you might be wondering, yeah, you don't know how to get there. Okay, you might be wondering, like, is it actually gonna happen? I really do feel like it is. To be honest, we might even pick up something like a Wheel of Fortune coming up in this reading, or a Six of Wands, that kind of energy. So let's see what else comes up here. The Sun card, very, very nice. We've got a Knight of Wands, okay, and the Sun card. Let's see what else comes. The Five of Cups. Yep. This got to do with these spheres. The Eight of Swords, it has not happened yet. And because it has not happened, it leaves you feeling like it may not. And it causes a bit of emotional pain inside of you. Seven of Wands. Okay, so you might, whatever you're doing here, whatever you're trying to get right, there could be a little bit of competition. After my cat has now walked around for some reason, I have now got fluff in my mouth. There's the Six of Wands. I had a feeling we're going to see the Six of Wands. There's the Six of Wands. This is something that is meant for you. It is something that is meant for you. The Four of Swords. You know what advice is coming through from what I'm seeing so far in this reading? It is to work on your energy. The Death card. Wow, Scorpio's energy coming in here. They preparing you for something. Spirit guide is preparing you. You have to work on your energy. You got a Nine of Wands as well. I feel like in this reading, the Nine of Wands is attached to what this is. And this is here. And it's interesting because I feel like these cards are talking about what's going on in the Hunter. Okay, it's talking about what you've currently experienced, and these are the fears. And that is one of the things that they bring up in this card. With the Hunter, that means you're hunting for this goal and dream that you want to have. You actually know what it is. Without a doubt, with the arrow, you know what this is. You know what your world you want it to look like. But because you have had maybe some kind of restriction, it's not helping you to get where you are. It's like you may feel like I'm blocked in some kind of way with the Eight of Swords, or you feel like it's not moving, it's not shifting, something is not changing. It just keeps on being the same all the time. And this is leaving you hurt, obviously, with the Five of Cups, about maybe all the attempts. You see 3 cups on the ground there. It can be relationships that failed. It can be dreams that failed. Those cups is emotion. No matter what it is, whenever you have a failure in something, you will without a doubt get hurt. Things didn't work out, your heart gets hurt, but what you don't see is the 2 cups behind your back. There is still something here coming that is in your future. And because you've experienced a lot of things that didn't work out, it is that way. We need to understand something. I'll tell you now that it's left you here because of the experiences of things not moving, things not going forward, things being stuck. It's left you, and I just heard Spirit Guide say giving up. It's left you almost like wanting to give up on the dream. It's left you doubting if it can be real and not trusting yourself and the world around you and the bigger picture. You might even, I'm just going to say exactly what Spirit Guide is telling me, and I have to say it because that's why I'm here. When they say something, they intend for me to say it. To be honest, for some of you guys, not all of you, because you have not seen this dream manifest into your world, you might even feel as if you question the reason for life. You ask if there's a God. You ask if there is spirits, your ancestors, is it existing? You ask things about spirituality. I think it's because you haven't seen this. So it's almost like you're praying to God, or you're praying to whatever you believe in, or it's all the same thing, you know what I mean? And you're not getting a response, or you're not seeing it happening. And if you're wondering, because I am a hedge witch, do hedge witches believe in God? Yes, we do. I do anyway. Other hedge witches or other witches may not. It's all up to them. Something else in their energy. And it doesn't mean, it's actually the same things, just different ways of expressing it. Yes, there is, because I have had spirit tell me and speak about God. So I know that there is this creator energy that is sort of attached to everything. Yes, it is. There is something. The thing is here, what you don't see or what you don't know about, is that there is going to be a change here coming in. You got the Death card. There is a shift or an ending to something, and it is going to change the direction in your life. This is coming still, okay? So be patient. While you are waiting for this to happen, you need to work on the cards that I was showing you. These negative or the fear-based cards, you need to work on that while you're waiting for that Death card to come in. The Death card, for me, it's a rebirth card. It's not about death. It's about what it is. It's a changing of your life. It's the ending of things the way it has been currently, and it's the rebirth of what is coming in. You need to be patient, with this card. He's laying there very, very patiently, waiting and still dreaming, because he lays looking at the stained glass window. And it's interesting, there's 3 swords there, 3 cups here as well. It's almost like the things that went wrong, the things that hurt you. It's time to take those things, those failures, those things that didn't want to work out for you, the heartbreak that you experienced. Take them now and put them up on the wall, and take them from you, put them away, take them out your heart, and hang them up now, and start to focus on, instead of, he's not looking at the 3 swords. Okay, he's actually looking at the stained glass window, and this is exactly what this is about. It's time to start focusing on the desire and not the fear, because this is what is going to be needed next from you. To be highly focused, to be devoted, and to trust, and to know as you very quickly, this Death card is a very quick moving energy with the arrow. It's a very big change that comes in. It's like boom. And you need to start getting, you got to be ready for this. You know what I mean? Because when this happens, you're going to be making some movements. You're going to be making changes in your life, okay? It can be a person coming in. It can be a change in your career status, a decision that you even make to go for whatever it is you want to go for, a relocation to a new area, anything. The only thing that's going to guide you here, it has got to do with this, your commitment. It's got to do with your dream. It's got to do with what you want. And it's got to do with how you're feeling, the happiness. Because I told you there's a rebirth here. After the Death card, okay, there is a rebirth card. But the rebirth card brings happiness. Little baby sitting on the horse there. That's the rebirth. It's like you were the Death card, the skeleton, everything, reborn, a little baby. And it's like your life is going to be reborn, okay? As you move forward, very quick, again, I'm telling you, this is happening. It's not like you wake up tomorrow and it happens. I feel like it's going to happen. It's like you're going on day by day by day by day, and all of a sudden, boom, a big change takes place. And it's so unexpected. It's so like you went to work this morning, you came back, everything's changed. And it's not negative, it's just unexpected and a lot, so you're gonna be a bit confused about what to do with the Knight of Wands coming in here, because of the experiences that you've had in your past here. Obviously, you've had things that were promised to you, you've had things that you try to work hard on that didn't want to work out, so it can leave you a little bit going, can I believe this? Can I believe that this is coming in? But I told you guys, you're either going to have a 6 of Wands or a Wheel of Fortune. So you have a 6 of Wands, and I had a feeling. The 6 of Wands comes in here. This card is what is meant for you, what is due for you. All the past effort that you did put in and things didn't work out. It's like, it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey. The failures are part of your journey to get you here, to get you to a place of recognition, to get you to a place where you are either getting paid very well, you meet a soulmate, someone who sees your soul, but you get what you deserve. You get what you've been working so hard for. The effort that I can see that you've been putting into whatever this is, it's huge. It's huge. In this moment of the reading, change your focus. I always prefer to look at the things that can possibly go right instead of watching what can go wrong. Sometimes we might have difficulties in our life that we are facing. We all do. And it's no good sitting there at night trying to get to sleep, and then you start thinking, oh no, this is how bad things, you start imagining, and that's what the brain does. It just runs wild. It's not you, it's your brain. It's like your brain needs to be a little bit leashed in and controlled sometimes. It's like your brain can start to imagine all these crazy scenarios where you maybe apply for a job, for instance, and you get the phone, you don't even get the call back, you just wait until, and you start thinking all of those things. You call and they're like, no, the position has already been taken, and you're just like, oh no, and you can't find a job, and it starts spiraling even worse because the brain just goes cray cray. And it's like all of a sudden now you're picturing yourself homeless on the streets and you haven't got money. And no, do not track down your fears. Track down what you want. Think about what it is you want to happen. You get the phone call and it's like, you got the job. You're excited. You're phoning everybody and you're telling them, I got the job. You go in, they excited about you. They love your personality. They love what you can offer them. And they even offer you more than what you were expecting. Think about what can go right. It's the same amount of energy. It's just going to have a different outcome. Put the effort in there. You know, when you start dreaming and fantasizing, that's what it is. We daydream about the weirdest things. Your mind doesn't know that that is a dream or that's a fantasy or a daydream. It thinks it's actually happening. Yeah, so when you're thinking about getting fired from your job, your mind is going, I just got fired from my job. It feels as if it's a real thing. If you're thinking about things from the past that were negative, and you're reliving it again and again and again, your mind and your body physically is emotionally and psychologically and physiology, like a physical way in your body, it is reliving it again and again. That's why we end up suffering from anxiety and all of these kinds of things. So don't do that. Don't keep taking your body back to the place or back into a future thing that has never even happened and put it under that kind of anxiety, that kind of pressure. Rather give it that energy where it's a positive outcome, because actually that's how we are creating our world. We are creating it every single day, and we have to be very careful. In fact, to be 100% honest with you, we are not only just creating our world from the positive and negative thoughts, we are creating the greater experiences on this planet from the positive and negative experiences. So sometimes people will, I know a lot of countries are going crazy right now. Whose country is not losing their mind? You know what I mean? A lot of people are not happy. And then sometimes, you know, we'll get into a state where my government this, my government that, it's down the toilet and it's all these crazy things, you know what I mean? Things are so bad and oh my God, it's the end of the world and we're going to have a war and I don't know what else. If you keep thinking those things, you're going to bring it in. Don't think this. It's our collective energy, the force and the power that we are, that is creating the planet out there. We need to start waking up and we need to start realizing that we are carrying an enormous amount of power inside of ourselves and we don't know it. We're like little children playing with dangerous knives and we don't know that we have this and we think it's a toy and we're just playing with it, not knowing the damage that we can do. So we need to focus. It's time 2022 now. We are going through a major awakening. This is the next step in our evolution. We need to realize it. If we could all put our focus correct, this world can look like a Disney movie. It can be like a fantasy place. We could turn it into that, where pink flamingos are flying across the sky every day. You see what I'm saying? It's all up to us. Let's see. There you go. There's your inspiration. There's your goal. There's your dream. This is what you're trying to create. This is where your fire is. There's the sun card there. There's your fire energy here. That is you trying to get to that dream. This is a card of dreams, goals, no fear. Because the King of Wands or the Muse of Inspiration in this deck does not have fear to go for what it is he wants to go for. He creates and he goes for it. And he doesn't get burned. He doesn't get burned. So you must know you're safe. So let's see. And the King and Queen of Wands has come up in your reading. I am just saying hello. Yeah, go for it. She's very bold and he's very inspiring. He's very like the dreamer, reaching for those goals, going for it. And she's not afraid. The queen, she follows her heart, she follows where her happiness is taking her. When she gets an idea to do something, especially the Queen of Wands, she's bold, she's confident, she goes for it. So that's like almost like a change of attitude from the really restrictive energies to these two. It's like confidence in knowing that you're going to achieve it. Sometimes when I don't see something coming in, I tend to, I love your reading. Oh, I'm just saying Cancer. I tend to kind of like understand. This is crazy. Your reading's amazing. I tend to like understand that we are, it's not about sometimes when or if it's going to happen. It's more about when it's going to come in for you. And that's where you need that devotion. That's where you need to be committed to something. Because sometimes you might find an event that takes place in your life. It's got to do with a lot of other things that need to be in perfect place, and timing needs to be perfect. So it's more about the timing. So even if you feel like it's not going to happen, rather say to yourself, instead of saying it's not going to happen, you just say like I know it's going to happen. I know this is entering into my world. It's in the future. I'm going there, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to experience this. This is coming no matter what. This is it. It's in my life. That's it. It's just that in your moment where you are, it is in the next one. You see what I mean? I'm going to tell you something very interesting here. They are advising you again to look at your feelings and your thoughts, okay? Death energy coming in here. You need to get your energy here. This is the inspiration. This is your motivation. This is what you want. Start to think about what you're going to be doing, because there is something changing. There is a change that's going to take place. You have a new beginning, Ace and a Page of Swords. It's going to be something you really need to put your effort into, something that you're going to have to think about. There's going to be things and situations where you're going to have to solve problems, and you're going to have to figure things out. Good news is that yes, you will. Yes, you will. You got to get your emotion in check about this, because you might find that the start that you're having, that, let me tell you, it's going to take you to where you want to go. You're going to get there. You're going to find that happy place. You're going to be in that place where you're thriving, you're growing, you're expanding your life. It's exactly what you want in your dream. It's going to require you to take a lot of practical steps. It's going to require you to be able to solve problems and to be able to overcome any difficulties. Remember, I told you, okay, that this deck here, going back to the spheres and stuff again, these three swords reminds me of the Three of Swords. Okay, it's just come up. So in other words, they're saying to you, let's look at what the Three of Swords is. The Three of Swords can be even on your journey, with the Ace of Swords being here. When you do start moving in this new direction, you may face problems, and then you're going to have to think about how you solve it. But every single problem that you face, you will look at these problems or situations from a different direction, from different perspectives, and you will solve each one of them. Do not allow the problems to take you back to this place. Understand something, no matter what it is you're trying to do. Get married, have a child, open a business, get the perfect job, whatever it is to you, there'll be problems. This is planet Earth. Welcome. the place of the sun and the moon. You know, it's this energy of night and dark. It is what it is. You can even see night and dark, night and day, night and day. These problems that we sometimes face that really hurt us, it's not permanent things. We can solve every problem we come across, and I see you being able to do so. This person sitting here feeling very despondent, feeling sad about whatever they're facing, thinking they've been restricted, like in the Ace of Swords here, but in fact there was no wall. You can solve this problem by just standing up and looking at things differently and just finding another way around. And I feel like this is where they're reminding you again that as you are going to move forward here, yes, there's a big change coming. Yes, you're going to feel motivated and inspired in your world. Understand that it won't be a journey where, boom, it is just perfect. You reach a goal, you get there, you're happy. No, you reach a goal, you get there, and you're like, I'm living my dream. I'm getting this right. A, there will be problems. That's it. And you, B, solve them. Because that's how you get to be where you are needing to be. By solving one problem at a time as you're moving forward, it's actually making you become the person that you want to become. There we go. Thank you so much, Cancer. This was an interesting reading. It feels like a law of attraction, motivation kind of reading, but I love it so much. It's beautiful. Thank you, Cancer, for coming in. I'm sending my love to you. Bye.